3, 2, 1, go. And we're in the second map of this series, which is going to be played on Belcher Vestige, guys. viOlet versus HuK. The loser of this match will be out of the tournament. The winner moves on to face San for another chance at qualifying at the quarterfinals. Introduction times for you, Pewee.
For me, it's just forcing it on to me now. So here we are, guys, jumping into game number 2 of a best of 3 between these two players. Winning down here at the bottom right on Belcher Vestige. Winning game number 1 will qualify or move on to the next round or go on to play San. If he does win this, it is a HuK, the orange Protoss player. His opponent's winning all the way at the top left. Has to win this to stay in it. If not, he will be eliminated. It is, of course, going to be viOlet as the red HuK player. And yeah, the map is Belcher Vestige, a map that has since been removed from the map pool, but everyone still kind of enjoys playing and watching it.
Well, I made a map pool myself for this, so I basically decided that
yeah,
Belcher was a lot better than Daedalus. But yeah, I consulted the players. Everybody agreed. They were like, "Oh hell no, no Daedalus, please." So I was like, "Yeah, well, I guess everyone agrees on that. So that's good."
Yeah, definitely. Like I love this map, so I'm very happy.
But yeah, viOlet looks like he wants to go for a hatchery first, and he scouts around it first. I like that move. HuK again scouting behind his gateway, which you don't see many Protoss do.
No, but this could be a react. Okay, he comes down here with that worker just to make sure there is absolutely nothing out in the field. And maybe, I know, maybe HuK and viOlet played a few times and he knows that he likes to go for a hatchery first or something. So he's like, okay, I'm going to do that. But interestingly enough, he doesn't go for the hatchery first.
Yeah, maybe he remembered the first game and he's like, on this map, it's actually very hard to defend against cannon rush. So I'm just going to play it safe. I'm not going to give him an opportunity to cannon me easily. And I'm just going to throw down the pull first and then the hatchery. And then in which case, it's not worth it to cannon rush.
Absolutely. And of course, we all know from SOS and Dio that you can pull off some very nice cannon rushes in a nice little specific spot in this map. So, yeah, don't want to take that risk. Alright, so Belcher Vestige. Now, Stargate's quite a good opening on this map, would you say? Like, maybe like Gateway into Zealot into Phoenix or something like that is a very nice type of...
I think it's better to do that if you open with a Forge. But yeah, with the gateway, it's still okay to put some pressure on a third. The thing is, if it's scouted, it can be defended nicely. And viOlet, he's proven very strong in defense, unless against like War Prisms in his main or something like that. He's had a harder time. But yeah, last game versus HuK, he defended very well the first 2 times. It's just the third wave that really surprised him. And considering the transition he was doing, it came at the perfect time from HuK.
Interesting. We do have a pool. We do have a gas, and he is mining 3 on that, which is what you'd expect. I wonder, do you think... yeah.
We do have a pool. I'd be worried if we didn't.
Yeah, and the gas. I wonder if he'll go for 100 gas and then pull them off, or if he continues going for it. Maybe, maybe be a bit cheesy. I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of aggression coming out of viOlet. He likes macro, doesn't he? So I would be surprised.
HuK going for a double stalker build. I think he wants to pressure with this, maybe force as many links as he can. And this is something really specific to guys like HuK or MC. You will not see other Protosses trying this very often.
I like it. We got 8 Siglins in production. He did pull the guys off gas, so no cheese or anything like that, sadly. Gateway 2, 3. We're gonna have a 4th? No. Alright, so he is going up to 3 gateways. We do have the second stalker moving across the map. This one at the natural is taking a little bit of damage, not getting any kills actually. Whoa, that queen just got like moved over by the Zerglings there, and the queen that was here runs into the main. So he is, she's going to be fine for the time being. A forge in the wall as well, so ooh.
viOlet is going too early for these stalkers. He's going to lose a bunch of them before speed finishes. If he had just waited there, he would have done a lot better. The thing is, the Mothership Core is actually supposed to rejoin this earlier. It's gonna start heading across the map now, and we have a proxy pylon already made. HuK is gonna be on 3 gateways. He's starting +1 now. I actually like the way he's played this. He's kind of done what you mentioned, but without the Stargate, which is actually completely different.
Like, I really like the way that he sent the stalkers up faster, so that's denied the map vision. So this pylon has been untouched. Violet has no idea. He is kind of maybe anticipating it because he knows it's a gateway expansion, and there we are. Certain speed does finish up, but this pylon you don't expect them to be here. You expect them to be by the palm tree at that fourth base location. So he runs directly past it. HuK will see the Zerglings with that pylon, and have a good idea of what's going on. So I wonder if we'll get a warp in by that pylon. Oh, these two stalkers.
Oh, they're gonna be trapped. No. Will they die? Actually, a lot of Zerglings are taking damage. One of them will survive. 4 now.
And the two extra zealots do get whooped in and give them a nice little hug to reduce that surface area. So they do survive for the time being. There's a Roach Warren as well. As we only have 1 gas out of Violet, and he only has 150. So he's gonna have like 6 or 7 roaches max when that Roach Warren does finish up.
I like this ninja pylon, by the way. It's like we all know what's coming behind it, and it's going to be pretty cool to see it in action later on as HuK starts warping in units across the map and goes for, again, a big attack, which Violet should be expecting, but still, I'm not sure he's going to have enough regardless. He's getting 6 roaches now.
Yep, we do have a pylon there as well now in the wall, so any type of counterattacks won't be as effective, especially with the Zerglings. Have you noticed that the Zergling logo or picture has changed?
What?
Can you see it? If you click on a Zergling, the icon for it has changed?
I don't know, I have like the special UI. I cannot see.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the bottom you mean?
Alright, but we do have the aggression coming. A few Zerglings streaming back across the map. 3 roaches, and there's not many roaches, so those 3 roaches are actually quite important. You get picked off super fast.
I think HuK ideally would like to snipe this hatchery, but there is too many roaches now. Maybe with some nice target fire, but he's fighting halfway. A little bit with the drones, a little bit with the hatchery, and a little
might
bit
get picked off
with
as
those
the zealots do get picked off. No, actually, Stalker will fall. There's another time up. Stalkers come up here and get instantly surrounded by the Zerglings and will be forced to run away. And yeah, I don't think he will be able to kill this hatchery, and he is losing all the supply. So yeah, definitely not. And there's not enough energy to recall. So the zealots will be sacrificed.
And behind this, he's getting a Twilight Council.
Yeah,
man, if he goes for the same thing as first game, I would be actually surprised. Because Violet's definitely going to be expecting this. Now Violet, with the nice supply he has, he cannot really counter-attack. We have a ton of sentries. I think HuK ideally would like to throw down a 3rd base, but he knows he's behind on supply, so he's going to have to catch up. Oh, 1 sentry was actually quite far out of position. Some Zerglings will be trapped.
Poor sentry. They went on hold command, so they kind of just, one of them runs out and gets completely annihilated. The supplies are not that far apart, and Eunice lost a little bit in Violet's favor, but the economy is not too far apart, so everything's overall just a little bit in Violet's advantage. As soon as he finishes up a couple drone cycles, though, you will have a nice economic lead to carry him into the mid stages of the game. And this lair actually about to finish up, so that's a nice little bit of tech for him.
The Mothership actually chasing some roaches here, trying to keep vision. HuK sees that they are far enough from his bases that he can try and secure himself a 3rd base, so that's exactly what he's going to go for. While he keeps on moving across the map, so he's forcing Violet in a defensive posture. The right reaction here from Violet will be to keep his units back at home to defend against this and send only the Zerglings to cancel the 3rd base, but he's going with his roaches as well. This could be a disaster here. He could lose his 3rd base and then HuK would recall, defend his natural. He's gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, in terms of tech and stuff like that, there's not too much going on. We do have +2. There are a chunk of roaches, we've got 9 in total, but of course, there's a lot of units here for HuK, and those, nice force fields.
Trying to get a snipe on the hatchery
as well.
He has to be careful, the Mothership Core is being targeted down, he's gonna recall behind this. And HuK, he's on 2 bases against a 2-base Zerg. He's getting Stalkers. He doesn't have Blink actually, he didn't start Blink, but he's getting +2 attack upgrade. If behind this,
he can get +2 out of that, so.
Yeah, if he takes the 3rd base behind this, and he finds himself on 3 bases against a Violet on 3 bases, he's gonna do quite well.
The observers out on the map is seeing all these roaches moving down. We do have roach speed about 10 seconds away from finishing up. We have Burrow and the first +1 attack about to come out of Violet. So he's going for upgrades this game, and there's the Hydro Den. So Hydro Roach is a good composition for this map. I wouldn't Zergling's okay, Muta is okay, Swarm Host can actually be okay, but I do like Hydro Roach for this map.
Let's see, 1 roach is going to be left by itself on the 3rd base. He doesn't have Burrow yet. There is an observer anyway. Ooh, HuK maybe forgetting he doesn't have a blink here. Moving out with just his stalkers, has to be careful.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. There's the group spines, and there's a pack of roaches on the left-hand side, and the main army's at the right-hand watchtower. And the Mothership Core, it's been uncontested in the skies throughout this entire game. So it's been flying around, seeing what's going on, allowing HuK to get into good positioning before any fights. And the pack of roaches are going to get picked off as, oh god, he's not going to sacrifice all those roaches for...
8 roaches for one single probe, not the greatest trade. The Mothership Core getting a kill on one of these roaches, man. They are like a dying species in this game or something.
They're becoming extinct. That's not something I'm going to complain too much about, to be honest with you. 10 Hydras soon to pop up, so the Mothership Core does have to be very careful. And
I do think that HuK wanted to go for a third base, but because viOlet keeps denying it, now he's like, well, I got all of these units to work with and you're not letting me take a third base? Fine, you're asking for it. I'm going to move across the map and attack you with my big 2-base army.
yeah. And he is taking the third base, which does get spotted, so I guess that's in case this falls back on. But, you know, the army supplies are one supply apart right now, so there's no advantage for either player. Well, actually, the upgrades are in HuK's, and we have the time warps available.
I like the decision of HuK to... Basically, he spotted the Hydralisks, and he's like, well, I got this big army, I got you scared, you're probably making only units right now and not building up your economy. And I'm just going to throw down a Robo Bay, get some Colossus, and finish you. And look at the economy. viOlet only on 63 drones instead of the 70-something or 80 that he would like to have. Plus 3 attack upgrade starts for HuK. Spire for viOlet and a force base, but I mean, he doesn't have much gas. He spent all of it in Hydralisk and Roaches. He's getting plus 2 attack upgrades now. HuK, he has a really nice lead, I think, in this game, with the supplies being almost even. Actually, he's moving quite far out with just his Stalkers now. There is a lot of Zerglings.
There is blink build, so it's not as bad as if he didn't, but of course you still have to be careful. So, oh my god, and he goes for the army. The main army to support this is so far away, he's going to lose a lot of Stalkers for pretty much nothing here.
Yeah, he's not even trying to bring his main army to help this. He's leaving
really,
a lot of men behind.
That was really questionable. You just donate a lot of very expensive Stalkers there. They're not cheap. Very far. This isn't Starbow. They don't cost like 75.50, sadly. And, you know, thermal range has now started. The first Colossus is about halfway done. And, you know, that's when it starts to get scary against Hydra Roach Lin. Like, yeah, this is not going to go very well.
Yeah, he needs some good force fields, though, which I'm sure HuK is going to be able to get. Photon Overcharge went down. This is actually a very good fight for HuK, I think. He's force fielding a lot of these units, using Guardian Shields. He's not going to lose much, and he's going to kill it. Don't look at the supply of viOlet. It disappeared. He's remaking 14 Hydralisks behind this and 2 Zerglings, but he's lost so much here. Plus 3 attack upgrade will complete Colossus with Thermal Lance as well. And viOlet has no transition. He has no anti-Colossus. He has the Spire, but look at his gas. He could get just a very few Corruptors, that's it.
And he only done about like 170 damage to that Nexus there for a lot of units. He did end up going for the fight and had a little bit of a trade, but I believe it's, you know, that like the last couple of fights have put it back into HuK's favor quite, you know, a lot now. Apart from just Stalkers getting picked off the map.
These Stalkers, man.
Yeah.
They want some action and they get it. As viOlet is now chasing.
Serious balls, fair play to him. There's not that many Zerglings now, but still, you know, Roaches have speed. The Hydras, of course, if they get caught in position or anything like that, they're dead.
And viOlet is purely on Roach, Hydra, Corruptor. Let me tell you something. When you're on Roach, Hydra, Corruptor, if you face a Protoss that has 3 attack upgrades, if he maxes out, you've lost. And that it looks like it's what's going to happen now. HuK is on 177 supply already. He just needs to get a little bit more Stalkers, and there is no way he's ever going to lose a fight to this army of his opponent. viOlet behind this, he would have no transition. He doesn't have a Hive. He doesn't have enough gas to do a big Mutas transition, at least yet. And if he did, it will be 0-0 Mutas against 3-0 Stalkers. He's trying to find a good position to fight in right now. Look, he doesn't even have Hydralisk speed. They are so slow off grid.
They really are. And this is, yeah, this is the army that you would want to deal with this. He's got all the Stalkers, he's got the Blink, he's got the Corrupt, he's got the Colossus, he's got the +3, and there's a Blink to pick off some of the Corruptors. And, you know, viOlet has to have a perfect engagement for this to kind of go okay for him. And here it goes. The time ups do get dropped. The Mothership Core does get picked off. Colossus is again whittled down, but there's still 2 left. And all the units are running away. And HuK can chase them down and blink.
Yeah, viOlet lost everything here. I mean, obviously he would have liked to fight much earlier than this. But somehow HuK had a supply lead. And viOlet, he paid the high price of basically being late in the game. And his composition too. One Colossus survived.
More resources there. That was like
He's
a
gonna go for a flank
6,000
from 2
resource
sides.
costing 1,000.
But I think there might be too much here out of HuK. He doesn't even need water shield. He uses it but
HuK's
exclusively
going
for
for the
his
kill right
sentries.
now. He's got one Colossus. There's no corruptors. The drones are coming off here, and the last Colossus will fall. But there's still like three immortals, a lot of units, force fields, and blink stalkers with +3 attack. And here come the drones from every single base as they're all coming. And this is going to be GG as there's just way too much of the Protoss army here. Force fields stopping a lot of the units attacking, and there's no way that viOlet can take this.